welcome to Kelowna, and this is my weekly rant. This week we're going to talk about bullying. It's a hot topic, it's been in the news lots, and it's a topic that's pretty close to my own heart because when I was a kid I faced bullying. I know what it's like to be bullied. The big news story that came out this week was Rebecca Marino, the Canadian tennis star, who is actually withdrawing from tennis in part because of cyberbullying that she faced. Basically, we had gamblers who put money on her matches, and when she didn't win, they lost money and they got very abusive towards her. But all online. First of all, gamblers, I have a little tip for you. You gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Know when to walk away and know when to run. You don't count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be plenty of time for counting when the dealing's done. But seriously, cyberbullying has got to be like one of the most cowardly ways of bullying. Basically, you got somebody who's hiding behind their screen and is able to type whatever they want because they feel like they're anonymous, because they're on Twitter, they're on social media. I think it's a very cowardly way to try to address anything to anybody. If you wouldn't have the guts to identify yourself, then you shouldn't be commenting. You've got people trolling with usernames like Violet Acres or Dark Lord or Unicorn 360. And bullying is not okay ever. Look in the mirror yourself before you start pointing the finger at others. If you're saying, oh, they're fat, or they're a dumbass, or they're this or that, well, what about you? I'm sure you don't have your whole life together, sitting on your keyboard at home, typing away, oh, look at me, I can write horrible things about people, I can tear people apart, all behind the safety of my computer screen. Well, you know what? You ain't so hot. That's right. I said it. Another person who suffered from this was Subban after the World Junior Championships this year. He struggled as a goaltender, and he's an Afro-Canadian, and when he lost, what do people write about? They write about things to do with his race, as if that should affect how good of a goaltender he is. The stereotypes and the horribly, like, using the N-word and horrible things like that. And I mean, there is some talk about that if you're in the public eye, you have to have thick skin. And there is a level where there's certain things that are okay to say. They might even sound harsh, but there is definitely a difference between criticism and bullying. You're watching hockey and the ref makes a bad call. It's okay to say, "You suck, Zelaski! What was that call? Open your eyes!" But it's not okay to say, "You're fat and ugly and you can't do your job and your children hate you," and you can see how it could get a little bit over the line very quickly. But sometimes it's hard to know where that line is. What's the difference between criticism, even harsh criticism or feedback, versus bullying? And so we've developed this helpful guide to tell the difference between what is criticism and what is bullying. Gummy, I'm not happy with your work lately. It's been unacceptable. You're late all the time, you're sick, and these prototypes that you turned out, they don't work at all. You're going to have to clean up your act, and you're going to have to start working harder and knuckling down. You might even have to put in some weekends. Frankly, I wonder if you were asleep when you did this. It's just not good enough. Gummy, your work reminds me of your face. It's ugly, it's useless, it's lazy, and it's fat. I don't know how somebody made fat work, but you made fat work. Basically, the gist of it boils down to this. You can talk about my effort, you can talk about my behavior, you can criticize it all you want, but don't criticize me as a person. Because I'm not my behavior, and I'm not my effort. I am an individual. I may suck, but that's not for you to say. You can say I suck at my work, but don't say that I suck. Frankly, I don't need to outsource my self-esteem issues. I can take care of that on my own. And unfortunately, that kind of harsh stuff sells. People are attracted to that. We're kind of sometimes like flies to the dump. Our culture is sometimes more interested in sensationalism. Look at reality TV. We want to watch a train wreck of a situation. We want to watch the awkwardness. We just don't want to be part of it ourselves, really. More people showed up to a lynching than to a knighting. Oh, there's somebody who's about to get hung. Well, let's all go. That would be exciting to see that. But the knighting? Who cares? But he's going to kneel and get a sword placed on his shoulders? What has he done for me? It wasn't my dragon he slayed. I think in some ways that's why we like the Oscars. It's your perfect combination of beauty and glamour and total train wrecks. You've got the actor who's waiting to find out if they won something.
And the Oscar goes to someone else.
And we love to watch them. We love to watch their frustration. We love to watch them fail, but we also love to see the success. And so it's the combination of the lynching and the knighting all in one beautiful 4 or 5 hour package. And people who are being bullied, hang in there. Like I said earlier, I have been bullied. When I was little, it was all about my nose. It obviously is a little bit different, and I hated it. I got called so many names. But hang in there, because the thing that right now you're being made fun of for can become your biggest strength. It can become something that builds strength in you, or you just learn to base your personality around it. For me, I take pride in my nose now. It's something that sets me apart. Like Kermit says,
"It's not easy being green, but hang in there, because someday it's going to get better. Trust me, I know. I'm a frog."
I agree with Kermit. Well, at least that's the way we see it. I'm Ben from Welcome to Kelowna.